Good morning. So we are going through this book called Engaging by Stage in the Teaching of the Buddha. So last Tuesday, we talked about first sentence from the root text. As I said, where is that? It said, yeah, faithful person of the awakening karmic Lord. So what is the faithful and what is the awakening karmic Lord? So faithful means somebody who have a trust and interest in the Buddha's teachings. Basically, there's a three type of a faith we talk. Vivid faith, eager faith, trusting faith. So vivid faith is basically seeing the quality of a certain, whatever you want to see, see. Also, you're not going to trust on them. So this eager faith and trusting faith is come if you have a vivid faith. So that way, faith is sometimes people just thinking, some kind of like a belief or something. But here, more faith is more like try to see the true quality. So then we can have. So once we have that authentic quality, faith or devotion based on the seeing the quality, that faith never lose. Once you saw the quality, even some incident happen, you're not going to lose the faith. Like, for example, if you know that person really well, and that person is a trustworthy, that person is really reliable, then even that person sometimes may do certain things that make you unhappy. Yeah, even that person make you unhappy because of his and her certain behavior, but still you're not going to lose the faith on that person. Make sense? Yeah. Because you know the person's quality. If you don't know the person's quality and rely on the certain appearance or something, then one day when you saw their quality, you will lose the faith. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So that way, I think vivid faith is important. You have to know that what is the Buddha, what is in Latin, what it in Latin mean, So then we will get to this vivid faith. Then we get the eager mean that you want to reach to that, and trusting. So this kind of a faith is not come easily, basically. This kind of a faith need a great quality, great merit. Have to have someone who have done so many accumulation of merit in the past. That way they can have that kind of a faith easily. So that is what is mean the karmic Lord. Karmic Lord mean that your awakening of your habitual tendency of your karma, past lives karma. That one. So these two have to come together. So that way is having faith. Forget about the having faith. One of Aryadeva said, even having doubt need great merit. Person lack of a merit, even not going to have a doubt. So having faith, no question. So that reason this first chapter is talking about the faith, what called the faithful person of the awakening coming Lord. So that's what is faithful mean. So when you have that faithful, then no matter what incident happen, you're not going to lose the faith. Attachment cannot make you lose faith. Aversion cannot make you lose faith. Anger cannot make you lose your faith. What called the fear cannot make you lose faith. Yeah. So that is how lots of time people losing faith because the sudden incident. Lots of people having that. They losing faith to the Dharma, they losing faith to the three jewels. You can lose the faith to the person, but it doesn't mean the, so I think a problem is lots of Western, especially a problem is they cannot separate the Dharma and the person. Yes. That is a big problem because you think that person is the Dharma. Then you put total faith on the person. Make sense? You're not putting faith on the Dharma. That way, one day you have an incident with that person, then you lose your faith to the Dharma. So that way, Buddha said actually, don't rely to the person, rely to the Dharma. So person can change, that person may die, maybe that's aging, that person maybe any kind of things happen, we are impermanent. So person can happen anything. If you put total faith on the one person or some things, then you lose your actually, faith when you have an instant. So the reason is you don't have a really vivid faith to the three jewels. Make sense? So that reason is a knowing of the quality. I think this is important. Okay, now second is from the root text, it said, venerate the qualified Lama on the crown of one's head. So venerate. So venerate means kind of like show the respect or show the pay homage. Or I think this is also have to have some story like a lots of area. Crown is the symbol of their whatever, that title or position, or so that way the crown, like king wearing the crown, and also Naga wearing the crown as a jewel. So those all is a crown is maybe a symbol of more than clothes. Is crown is a symbol of a title or whatever can call. Yeah. So when putting on the crown, that is the like highest one. And also physically, I mean, crown is the highest point of our body. So saying that is showing us we are kind of sense of a below or under, so that gurus. So that way, that is what is a venerate. So, and qualified Lama. In the Tibetan word Lama is not using for any monks or nuns who just ordained. But these days in the Westerner, long as you see the Tibetan monk or nun, you just call the Lama. Actually, it's not like someone who just become a monk or nun is become qualified. Here is a Lama is specifically talking about the spiritual teacher. And the lots of time they translate as a spiritual friend. So this is talking about someone who guide you. So senior one. So in the Tibetan, in the monastery, some senior one, like a really, really senior one, we can call the Lama. Or specifically here is talking about someone qualified to guide you. Someone is qualified to give teaching to you, liberate you. So that is what is Lama. Lama is mean that something is a kind of a come from the original Sanskrit word called the guru. And guru mean someone who have a knowledge or someone knowledge or experience realization, something that is high level, superior one. So that is what is a Lama. So we have to venerate the qualified Lama on the crown of the one head. As a venerate mean that showing the respect, showing the, so that is a root text. So there are 6 topics concerning on the teaching to the venerate qualified Lama on the crown of one's head. First said, it's a necessity to, what is adhering? A-D-H-E-R-I.
Adhering.
Adhering?
Yes,
adhering.
following.
Okay. So then maybe that's okay. So because I thought it's maybe using as a depending or relying. Yeah.
When we adhere to someone, we are also relying on them.
Okay. So this is meaning same.
Relying on them.
Yeah, because I looked at dictionary, it looks not sounds like that.
Yeah, it depends where you use it, but
Okay.
in this context, I think it's like
Okay. So okay. Adhering or depending to the Lama is a necessity. The type of Lama to whom you should adhere or depend, the intention to have when you receive the Dharma and instruction from the Lama. So it's the Dharma and instructions. So here, Dharma is the basic teachings. Instruction is a more like a oral instruction for the practice instruction. So as you can say, philosophically teaching the Dharma and fit instruction to how to practice. That is called the Dhamma Tibetan. So those two, Dharma and teaching, instruction, Dharma and instruction from the Lama. The way of venerating the Lama, so how you venerate the Lama, how you pay homage or respect to the Lama, and advantages of the adhering to the to and respecting to the Lama, and disadvantage to adhering to not disrespecting to the Lama. So there's a 6 topic describing to the Lama. First is it's a necessity to be adhering to the Lama, to our Lamas. It means we must have a Lama, we must have a guidance, we must have a, instructor, because one thing is when come to the practice the Dharma, you just cannot just follow to the text. Make sense? If you just follow to the text, it's not necessarily result will come everyone same. Each individual have their own element different. Based on their own element different, they need a little bit different way to practice. That reason there's in the Buddhism teaching is so many variety. So guru must know the disciple must know the guru. Between this, I have to have a really deep relationship on that. So then it's a benefit will gain the necessity of adhering to the lamas. Buddha's instruction on the necessity of the adherence of the lama from the sutra requested by the Rasha Tapala. This is one of the
so they misspelled it.
Tapala, yeah, that's okay. That's correct. I maybe misspelled. Completely adhering to the good spiritual friend and completely abandoning the bad spiritual friend. Those disciples who do this always be lead on the true path, and they are always turned away from the false path. So this is it. What is mean the spiritual friend? Good spiritual friend is a spiritual companion, or here is mainly talking about the teacher. So if you rely on the good spiritual teacher, you have no chance, or you have no danger of falling to the wrong path. You have no worry about what you're doing as a maybe mistake. But if you are relying on the not qualified teacher, or maybe something's bad quality teacher, there's lots of different ways of bad quality we'll see later. Then you may following to the wrong path, even you're doing same dharma. There's a like a sometime like a if a teacher don't know about your element, your what call this capacity, your No, more like your what is soothing to you. Then some teaching may not necessarily helpful for you. Make sense? So I have to be aware of those. So that way, so once and teacher know who you are, and the teacher is qualified. Once you rely on that, then you don't need to doubt the teacher, what teacher say. Without the doubt, you just go there, follow with that instruction. You will get there without falling down to somewhere. But if that teacher is not really suitable to guide you, someone is not really qualified to guide you, that direction, and that person giving you that direction, it may can fall to some problem. Some people, we have some instance, some people try to go try to do certain practice. That practice, nothing wrong with that, but there's some condition is not correct. So that way they have a bad experience. That bad experience almost causing to actually losing to the faith to the Dharma. So this is have to be careful. Make sense? So that reason, good quality Lama is not necessarily the Lama is some really famous one, here. So this is have to be good condition, what called the element matching there, then that's a work. Otherwise, so once you find someone like that, then you don't need to worry about anything. Even it seems not right to do that one, but it will bring you to the right path. So I think something like that. So that way, this is Buddha said, definitely we're not going to fall down wrong path once we rely on such guru. Okay, so same is a sutra of the contents, the Panjaraparamita is a verse, Dotuba. As a patient adhere to doctor in order to be healed, adhere unfailingly to virtuous spiritual friend. If somebody is sick, we have to rely to the doctor. When you get sick, you cannot rely to the like a carpenter or anywhere. You have to rely on the physician that can heal your sickness. So same way is when we have this sickness of the samsara suffering, then we have to rely on the physician of the guru, spiritual friend or spiritual master, then can heal from the sickness of sufferings. So that one. So there is examinees in this as a reasonings. Since one need to be increasing one's good quality more and more, one need to be adhere to Lama. So because without somebody's guiding, we cannot improve our good quality. We cannot increase our good quality by our own. If that's possible, then you don't need to rely on anyone. It's not possible. How? Because samsara beginning to we are trying to achieve the happiness. We try to become better. Everyone trying that one, but no one succeed. Why? Because we have no idea how to become better. Until Buddha comes, give teachings how to liberate from the sufferings. We have lots of methods. Those methods actually not work. Those are false methods. So that reason, since we need to get better, is here better mean the get higher and higher, happier and happier, less suffering. So how to become that way is only relying on the spiritual master to receive the teaching, to then we have to improve. Only that is a way. So that way, rely on the guru. Since one need to be abandoning all the one's mental affliction and fault, one need to be adhere to the guru. So, our main problem is our mental affliction, nothing else problem. We blame to everything to the other. in our life, no matter what happened, we blame to everything to the other. Actually, main cause is our own emotion, afflicted emotion. That our afflicted emotion creating all this misery. The root of cause is afflicted emotion. Make sense? And sometimes we know that afflicted emotion is our main problem, but then we don't know how to eliminate that. Even we know anger is not good. We're not comfortable with the anger, but we couldn't eliminate that. So I don't think so. Any impatient person don't know the impatient is not good. Any kind of emotion person don't know that negative emotion is not good, but we don't know how to eliminate them. See? So Buddha give teaching on that. Best is a guru is a Buddha. Buddha give teaching on how to eliminate those afflicted emotions. So that reason we need the guru. Since one need to be adopt the latent tendency to think, tendency to think. I will not become enlightened in this life, but in the later life, one need to be adhere into the Lama. So this means that it's not necessarily everyone become enlightened this life. But even you cannot give up. You say, oh, I'm not going to become enlightened this life. I have no hope. So just give up totally. Even you not becoming enlightened in this life, still try to put much as you can. Try to learn much as you can. So whatever you learn in this life, next life, it becomes much easier to you. That reason some kids are really gifted kids. Why they become a gifted kid? Because they built that habitual tendency in the past life. Some kids never learn anything, no matter how much they put effort, never learn because they don't have that habit tendency, from the past life. So that is make different in this life. Some become smart, some a little bit dumb. So I think this is different. It's come from the how much we had access in past life. So that way, even we cannot become enlightened within this life, still we have to build much as wisdom we can so that way the next life become much easier. So there's one Tibetan master said, even you're going to die tomorrow, should still learn today. Never give up learning, because in the next life, it's just like you taking what you left with someone, what called the land. You're taking your money, that which you lent to someone. In the next life, easier. So that reason, those three reasons, we have to rely to the guru. Okay, so now here's a type of Lama to whom one should adhere. So type of Lama is same as talking about the normal. Lots of time we see this one as a said qualified guru. Lots of mention. So this quality of the guru is that there's a three type of gurus. When you receive the Vinaya teachings, it have its own guru. It have its own qualities. So it's not same as a Mahayana and a Vajrayana one. But when it comes to the Mahayana, it have guru's quality. That is mentioned here. And this is also not covered to the Vajrayana one. So it's not same. Always each one have their own qualities. So this is not same. But this is because this is teaching, is it mainly talking about the Mahayana path, Bodhisattva, so Bodhichitta. So that way, what kind of quality for the Mahayana practitioner? Said type of Lama whom you adhere, and most part is they cover for the Hinayana and the Vajrayana too, but it's not completely. It have their own qualities also separate. So here said ornament of the Mahayana Sutra section spoken about the Lord Maitreya. So this is a text. It's really famous for the Bodhichitta. This text really good with the Bodhichitta teachings. Actually, more detail on the Bodhichitta teaching than Shantideva's via Bodhisattva contact, this text. So it said, adhere to be spiritual friend who is tame, pacified, fully pacified, who has a more good quality, possess the diligence, and is rich at the scriptural, who has a perfectly realized thatness, has a skillful speech and nature of the compassion, as not limited by the physically or mentally fatigue. So this quality mentioned. So one by one it come here said the lamas tame. What does tame mean? The due to the taming as a sense faculty through the moral conduct. So they have a disciplined, So that way first training of the morality. That's a training of the morality. Have someone have a training of the morality, discipline. It's not necessarily talking about the ordained, like Khenpo Rinpoche always said one of the greatest discipline in Tibet was a Milarepa. He never been ordained, but his discipline is more than many ordained, much more than. Make sense? So this discipline is not necessarily talking about the physically outfit change, more talking about the physically attitude change. Make sense? So that is what is in discipline. Then pacified due to the abiding peacefully in the mind through the samadhi. So this is a calm abiding meditation. It's samadhi. So calm abiding meditation is the main antidote of the afflicted emotion. So that way called the pacifying. Meaning when you don't have afflicted emotion, you are relaxed, Only you are not relaxed when you are disturbed your mind with the afflicted emotion. So then you have a peaceful. So your own peace is destroyed by your emotion. So that way, if you want to be peaceful, just get rid of all those emotions. So pacifying. That one. Second is a samadhi or kamabhati meditation or whatever we use as a talking about that one. They're fully pacified is due to the fully pacified as a close-healed mental. It means the closely healed mental.
Closely healed mental afflictions. Okay.
Yes. So so this is, I think, subtle afflicted emotion are pacified. Like closely.
The definition you had given before, because it's in my notes.
Yeah.
It says pacifying afflictions through discriminating awareness.
Yeah. So that way, it's fully pacifying or subtle emotion is pacifying with the wisdom. So that way, these three trainings, training of the morality as a discipline, training of the samadhi as a meditation, and training of the wisdom. So that way it's called the, person with a tame, pacified, and fully pacified. So samadhi can eliminate some degree of afflicted emotion, but not uprooted. So it's a different, it's like when you want to cut the wood, some they chop, and some uprooted. So if you chopped, root is no longer there, but still seed down there. You're not completely uprooted. When that seed meet with a suitable condition, would come back because the root is still there. Yeah. So like chopping is the samadhi. It's basically suppressing the afflicted emotion by the samadhi. But our samadhi alone cannot eliminate the totally afflicted emotion. So if you want to be totally eliminate the afflicted emotion, as a need the wisdom of discriminated wisdom, which is the realization of the suchness or emptiness. So without the emptiness, cannot be totally pacifying the afflicted emotion. So that reason, these three trainings, training of the morality, training of the samadhi, training of the wisdoms. So afflicted emotion through the discriminated awareness, one who has a moral good qualities, due to the not being equal to be lesser than or equal to or lesser than the disciples. So this have some special, that if you want to be teacher, you have to be something good quality that is more than the teacher student you want to receive from you. So if you don't have a quality better than them, you're not qualified to become a teacher. So that is what is mean here, saying is one who has more good qualities, and one who possesses the diligence, due to the being one who does not neglect the benefit of others. So I mean that when you benefit the sentient beings, you need a great diligence. Diligent means that you cannot say, oh, today I'm not happy, today I'm tired, today I don't want to help you, come next time, or this. You have to, whenever somebody needs you, have to be there, no matter how hard or have to work. So some of our lamas, they do like day and night teachings, and then lots of time, like one time Gajah Rinpoche was giving empowerment, 50 empowerment, and the daytime he was giving empowerment. So when he do the self-empowerment, nighttime. So he tell to there's one senior monk, he said, okay, you put all the vase and everything here and you go to sleep, I will do. So like that, lots of lama, they do, they work hard. They not just become lama as a sitting on the throne, okay? Yeah, so that we need diligent. And rich in the scriptural, due to the not being one few study, one who has a perfectly real also. So do rich in the scriptural mean they have great knowledge. Not just become a teacher because you have a name, receive name or something. Have to have a knowledgeable, have to have a education, have to have a sudden, because a teacher's job is you have to guide to the student. So how do you go to guide if you don't have yourself education? If you don't know yourself, you cannot guide anyone. You cannot become possible to become a teacher. So that is so that way, Actually, one time Dalai Lama said, there's a 4 different type of people, the monks. Some are Tuku but not yet become Lama. Some are Lama but not Tuku. Some are both, some are not both. So some recognizing as a Tuku but not yet receive the education, so not qualified to become a Lama. Make sense? Some they not recognizing, but they self-made Lama, so they educated and they become a Lama. And some maybe both, like Holiness, like Dalai Lama, like Gajah Rinpoche, they are both. And some are not, like me, both, not Tuku, not Lama. So that way, so that way, I think, so it's just not talking about that this is spiritual master. It's not talking about someone have some kind of title or anything. This have to be knowledge. So that is one. And perfectly realize thatness, due to the having internalized the thatness, it means to have a realization of the emptiness. Especially in the Kagyupa tradition, you have to have a realization of the one taste. Until you reach to that state, you're not qualified to become a guide into someone's practice. Just did some retreat or some study, not become qualified to that practice. If you read the story, how to Milarava guide to the Gamboba, how to Gamboba guide to those, always they tell, until you have a realization of the one taste, don't take the disciples. So that way they have to have a thatness, at least have to have a some degree of realization of the emptiness. One who has a skillful speech, that they due to the having dharma speech through the abandoning ignorance and faithfully explaining the dharma. So perfect skillful speech means Not talking about that someone is skillful to nice talking. Skillful speech is talking about someone who have a skill to how to guide. Because as earlier I mentioned, every individual is different. Not necessarily one skill is going to work for may work on this person, A person, but not necessarily going to work to the B person. So guru need to know, like a Buddha's time, Buddha gave the teaching to the how to eliminate the attachment by meditating on the ugliness. But there's one particular monk, Buddha said, meditate on the beauty. So only that way he can eliminate his attachment. So each individual have their own element. So that way have to have the skill to how to guide all those. So taking, sometimes people think becoming guru to someone is easy. Just give refugee vow, then you become a guru. It's not easy. You cannot just accept to I'm your guru. When you say I'm your guru, mean that I'm going to be your provider. I'm going to take care of you like a family member. Said, okay, I will take care of you. It means that he person to work, make money, and bring food, bring clothes, everything to bring to you. That is what's called the take care of you. Not just namely father or namely mother. Make sense? So same way, when taking someone's a guru, have to have those all skills to take care of the spiritual. So that is so that way you have to have lots of guru skill. Then. And last one, the one who has the nature of a compassion, of course, due to the not have an interest of this in the sign of a steady, and so that means that basically you not have your own interest. Make sense? Compassion means that you care to other. Yeah. If you don't care, you have not qualified to become a guru, because even you have wisdom. If you don't have a compassion, you may use that wisdom to your own benefit. You abuse dharma to someone by using them. Make sense? So that way really need necessary compassion, and one who has limited by the mental fatigue. Yeah, due to the continual teaching of the Dharma, so never without tired. So this is the really, the spiritual Mahayana spiritual master's quality is this one. So that way becoming a teacher is maybe saying, oh, okay, I'm your teacher is easy, but taking responsibility is not easy. That way you have to be careful to when you accepting someone's request. Sorry. Okay, then it's a Nagarjuna taught, Acharya Nagarjuna. Will start it, it means that have a lots of started, and a great discriminating awareness, and have a great knowledge. Sometimes people started but never had knowledge, never stay. So keep that knowledge, what you learned. Not seeking the benefit of a material acquisition or the sign of stage. I think this is just used as a not seeking the material benefit. Third one is not seeking the material benefit. Possess the Bodhichitta, and they have a great compassion. Bodhichitta and compassion is different. Okay. Bodhichitta means that you want to bring them to the enlightenment. Compassion means that you want to free them from the suffering. Sometimes people think that those are same. It's not necessarily same. So, so great compassion, patient with the difficulty of the scan, mental or physically fatigue. So whatever, it's not easy to be, helping other sentient beings. Possess the oral instruction of a lineage. It means they have all the past gurus or all the oral instruction teachings from the guru. Liberated from the lesser path. I don't agree with this. I think this is liberated from the path, which is mean the guru have to be someone who have some degree of realization. There's one Drupakuji master called the Kozang Gobotoji said, Guru must be someone who tell you come here, someone who tell you go there, not someone who tell you go there. So come here mean the guru is already in the path result. Go there mean the guru is not yet there, telling you go there. So that way, I think liberating from the path is better than just lesser path. This is a little bit, sometimes people misunderstand on this. So it's more like liberated from the path. It means that they have a realization. Make sense? Okay, not just only path. Then skill in the knowing the which family, it means the students where it belong, which teaching suit to that student. So that is it. And people are in, and knowing the degree of a spiritual realization of the disciples, it means that even each path, they choosing to the particular path, Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana, whatever path, but each path have each degree. Not everyone is not same label. So where does it belong, which is suitable to? Even Mahayana have lots of different teachings, which is suitable to. Everyone to beginning to give to all the final teachings, and it's not really suitable. Make sense? So that way have to know the degree of realization of the disciples, and one should adhere to Lama who has these 12 qualities. So Nagarjuna explain these 12 qualities. Okay. So Acharya Shantideva also said, "What continually virtuous spiritual friend is a skill in the method to the great vehicle, and will not be abandoned in the supreme discipline of the Bodhisattva, even for the sake of staying alive." So it means that have two qualities: have great knowledge on the Mahayana teachings, and even sake of their life, they losing life, they're not giving up the Bodhisattva contact, Bodhichitta. Risk of their life, they're not giving up the Bodhichitta. So those two are the main quality taught by Acharya Shantideva. Then Lord Adisha, this one is, I think, needs change a little bit. It was a thought that one need to be adhere to Lama who has 4 qualities, these 4 qualities. Does not use skill to disparage the view of other. I think this is more like a because of the great knowledge, and they disregard the view. Because of the not knowingly, we disregard the view. Disregard, or you can say scorned. It means that not care about the view. So when you know the view knowledge, you have great knowledge, and you know what is the right view. So you're not going to be like a disregard on the view. So it's because of the greater knowledge, not disregard the view. I think it's better. Because of the great, discipline, not disregard the Vinaya. Second one, I think to change that way. So I think those two maybe need to change a little bit. This is my opinion. I cannot say. Translator is wrong, but I think my understanding is because of the great knowledge, not disregard the view, because of the great discipline, not disregard the Vinaya, and third one is not seek for goal of this life, mean that this life's benefit, and thus seek the goal of enlightenment. So these 4.
So one about the view, one about the discipline,
one
about what to adopt, one about what to discard.
Something like that, yeah. In Tibetan said, "Kepe tawa kedumisaba, zumbi dutin kedumisaba." It means that because of your knowledge, you not disregard, yeah.
Disregard.
Yeah, not disregard the view, not disregard.
Understood.
So like disparage means basically to scorn and put down, and disregard means like to not really care about or not really think about.
So would you want to say better, disregard or disparage?
Disparage is a little stronger.
Yeah.
Like
Disregard is a little.
Okay, then
lighter.
say because of this great wisdom, not as disparage the view. Yeah.
It's about the view. It's
Yeah.
about not respecting.
Yeah.
the view.
Yeah. Okay, then Gambopa said, Shizu Gambopa is taught that the qualified Lama, this one is, I think, can put every Vajrayana Mahayana in any kind of. So qualified Lama, there's three qualities. Great, I think this used as a great intelligence or great higher wisdom. Higher wisdom or intelligence is better than discriminating awareness. Discriminating awareness is a wisdom, but here is a more talking about the intelligent one. You know, discriminating awareness means that somebody knows what is right, what is wrong. But here need some more than that is have to have an intelligent to knowledgeable to, you know, that the Dharma on.
So this is not referring to the one of the five wisdoms.
No. This is just basically talking have intelligent, you know, well learned, so high wisdom in the Tibet. So I think this is better. The lead to way to others, because without the intelligent having alone just discriminate wisdom alone is sometimes it's not easy to. Yeah. Okay, first one is a great compassion that cannot be tolerant to suffering of migrated beings and not attached for this life. Others is easy. Then also Precious Lama also said concerning this is, I think, not just only talking about the Gambopa. I think this is basically all the other Lama who said this come from the Tantra. This especially come from the Tantric teachings. Characteristic of the Lama, which is suitable object toward which is a direct one, is a supplication prayer. So to whom we supplicate, when you said our guru, my guru, yeah, we supplicate a guru. So what kind of guru should be supplicate? This is especially in the Vajrayana, I think important. Said, I bow to the lotus feet of the Lama, the holder of the Vajra. So this is a holder of the Vajra. So who is the holder of the Vajra? Yes, holder of the Vajra means that have a realization of the suchness, realization of the one-testness. You know, that Vajra is emptiness. So somebody who have a directly realization of the one test or Dharmakaya, that is the holder of the Vajra. Not talking about the physical Vajra holder. You know, physical Vajra you can buy from the market. You then need to be great realization. These days, Vajra head, those are whatever you want, you can buy. You cannot represent it from that. So here is a holder of the Vajra is I think because one time in 1990s, like one time I was in the Bodhanath in the Nepal. There are a bunch of Westerners. Everyone is carrying big like a crystal Vajra. Each person wearing some kind of ngangpa rope, and each one is carrying the crystal Vajra in hand, and they walk around. So they thought they are Vajra holder. So I thought this, I don't know what is their main reason is. That's my conception. So this is not talking about that you just have a really beautiful crystal Vajra to hold, you know. This is talking about the Vajra holder mean they have a realization of the suchness or Dharmakaya. That's what's Vajra holder. And Julak body, that is have Julak bodies. Through those kindness, great bliss. So whose kindness, great bliss mean that you have a great bliss of realization, union of the emptiness and the compassion, wisdom. You know, when you have an inseparable of the bliss and emptiness, is called a great bliss, which is this bliss is a unexhaustible. Other bliss from the materially or mundane bliss is a only short time. Yeah. This is everless great bliss. So so from whom you receive that directly nature of your mind realization, that is your object to the praying. You may have many gurus, but who is the principal guru? Is who from whom you receive the direct realization of your nature of mind. That is talking about here. That is the Guru Vajratara for you, root guru. Makes sense? In the Vajrayana, you're talking about the root guru. So like for example, Marba had many gurus, including to the Mitiba, Shawari, Luhiba. I think there are many of them. He received teachings, but he always said principle is a Naropa. Why? Because from Naropa he received that nature of mind, realization of nature of mind. Actually, from Mitiba he received the Mahamudra, one taste, but still he always said Naropa was the principal guru because he received the direct realization of that, great bliss itself, dawn as this very instant. So that way, that one is the object to the pay homage or to whom you supplicated to the guru. Because this, I heard this lots of people saying, person who give you your refuge vow, that is your root guru. That's a little bit different context. Refuge vow is belong to the Vinaya. Vinaya system, they never call root guru. There's no such things called the root guru. Root guru is from the Vajrayana. So Vajrayana receive the empowerment. When you receive the empowerment, you have some degree of realization. That is it. So holiness always said, empowerment, especially the fourth empowerment of the Mahamudra. That one, from whom you have that realization, that is your root guru. So that one give you great bliss, is the realization of the Mahamudra. Okay, now the intention to have which receiving Dharma instruction from Lama. So what kind of intention we need when we receiving the teachings? That's important. So there are three topics concerning the intention to have when we receive the Dharma instruction from Lama. So there's a three different one. First said, being possessed of the Bodhichitta intentions. It means that you need to intention to receive the teaching as want to become a Buddhahood for the benefit of my great essential beings. That reason you receive teachings, not for other reasons. Bodhichitta means two aspects of the mind. When preparing for the teachings, one contemplate, I have abandoning the intention of this life, and the intention of a secular existence, and the intention of the lesser vehicle. And now I'm listening in the Dharma of order to attain the Buddhahood, to benefit of a sentient being from the secular existence. So this one, the last part is the Bodhichitta. So if you have an intention of this life, intention of secular existence or lesser vehicle, that means that you are contradicting with the Bodhichitta. This life means that just short-term benefit. You even not seeking to the nirvana. And secular existence means the only worldly pleasure. Lots of time we're focusing actually too much on the worldly pleasure. That reason those deity which is related to the worldly pleasure are really popular. Like a Zabala. One of the most famous deity is the Zabala, because become wealthy, yeah? Yes. Then second one is a medicine Buddha. Yes. Yeah, people love them because they just want to be focused on that. I mean, health and wealth is necessary to become a Buddha, okay? It's neat. But it's not the main goal. Your intention is not that one. You need that support. Don't take us wrong. Make sense?
So most of us that come into Dharma, at the beginning, when we start receiving teachings, we don't even know what Bodhichitta is. And as we grow into the Dharma, many of us are confused about bodhicitta. They constantly go, I have bodhicitta, I have bodhicitta,
Yeah,
like it's material possession.
yeah.
So does this misunderstanding
It's okay, first step.
impact our effort? So I'll use me as an example.
Yeah,
When I am not feeling my best and my meditation stability is not there, I'm, concept of all mother sentient beings is just way out there. I'm just focusing on getting the mind stable first.
yeah, of course.
Does that mean that?
But you have to think intention is that I need to stable my mind so that way I can help them. You need that intention.
Okay.
Back up your
Good.
intention. Yes.
Good.
You need a back up the intention. Of course, if you cannot take care for yourself first, how you can take care of other sentient beings?
That's
So
how
yeah,
I feel most of the
yeah.
time.
So that way it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But you cannot give up to intention of want to help other sentient beings. Okay, second one have 5 cognitions. So from the Sutra of the Plenty of the Noble Stars, Khenpo said to the Norsang. Khenpo is the teacher to the Bodhisattva Norsang. Son of the Mahayana family, you should regard yourself as a patient, the spiritual friend as a doctor, and the instructor as a medicine, and your conscientiously patiently the teaching as a healing, and should be regarded one's companion who are the pure contact as a nurse. So this is a it means that like someone is a companion that is have a same contact, same view, So those this way. Then finally, one abandoning the 3 faults of the part, using the 3 aspects of the discriminating native awareness. When using the discriminating awareness, hearing, that's wisdom from the hearing. One abandoning the faults of like the part turned upside down, and one pay attention to the teaching without the distraction. When using discriminating awareness of the contemplating, one abandoning the faults of like the part which leak bottom, and not maintaining as a teaching in the mind without the forgetting them. And when using the discriminating awareness of a meditation, one abandoning the fault that is like part containing poison and so forth, teaching at the antidote of the affliction. So this is mean that there is compared to the 3 wisdoms: wisdom from the hearing, wisdom from the contemplate, and wisdom from the meditations. So when you are hearing, you have to abandon the faults of your mind like a pot upside down, because when you are other teachings, you thinking something else, you talking to someone, you playing something else, including the reciting the mantra, all those becoming like same as a upside down. Because you're not paying attention on the teachings, you think you're meditating. That's also not really not really respectful. Lots of people try to do their daily practice at the teaching. Make sense? That's not good. It's the same as a part is upside down. When you receive a teaching, you should pay attention 100%. If you want to receive teaching, if you don't want, then from the beginning to not come. It's better. So that way it's including to the reciting the recitation mantra or chanting prayer is becoming the same false. When you receive hearing, then contemplate. You have to contemplate if you remember. If you don't remember, how you will contemplate? So second false of the part with a hole in the bottom, no matter how much you put, it will go to go soon. So make sure that not have a hole of a forgettingness. Then third one is even you're not forgetting, don't turn them to poison. Make sense? The teaching not turn to the poison. with the negative emotion, because wisdom, if you're not careful, can become a poison. Intelligent, as I've said this many times, all the evil one, they have a great wisdom, but the lack of the compassion, it become a poison.
What would be an example?
So example is it scientists who make the nuclear weapon. They have a great wisdom, but end up they make a weapon that can kill so many peoples.
What about an example of the Dharma becoming?
So not just only the Dharma become a poison, it's you use in Dharma as your own personal benefit. Then it's become poison. Like whatever increasing your afflictive emotion from the Dharma, especially Dharma practitioner have become a poisonous mind is those two emotions, pride and jealousy. Those two are really easy to come for the Dharma practitioners, and they're really difficult to recognize them. And they are the worst, especially pride is the worst enemy of the Dharma practice, actually. Worse than actually attachment or aversion as the pride. So then when you learn something, then you become so arrogant. Make sense? Oh, I'm great. I have great knowledge. I'm great. I'm well-known one. Then you poison yourself with that. So actually, truly well-learned one, they don't have that ego. Really great knowledgeable one is becoming more humble. So so those that's how have to be. At the receiving teaching, we should abandon them. Make sense? Okay, so we stop here. Thank you so much. Janchu sem joy Rinpoche manje banai je joy je ye bai nyam bai mem bai yang Kone kondo pe wo sho tata konde tham che je tu sundo sabata ye pe je ve tsawadi tata se je tanje nyundo lana mamba yanda ba so be chanchu rambo je toba jo che she ja konse kunjin chu je je tende na la wanda te komba ren je pe je temba se she tu to sang komben zen ju je. Okay, thank you.